Hello, everybody. My name's Yale, and I did my human rights report card on Djibouti. So Djibouti, as you can see, is on the eastern side of Africa, right next to the Red Sea. It's next to Somalia, Ethiopia, and Eritrea. I gave it a C minus because of the freedom of speech issues and the terrible prison system that's in place in Djibouti. So these are the facts and figures. It's in East Africa. It's a really, really small country. It's only 8,880 square miles. It has about 1 million people. There's a steady population growth. Life expectancy is really low, 150 out of 195 countries. And the government type should be it's a republic. They recently had a democratic election, but the past president took hold of the government once again. There's protesting about that. I'll talk about it later on. This is the historical background of Djibouti. Basically, it was a French territory until 1997, when Abdon created a one-party system. He was president until 1999, when there was a multi-party election which elected Guella as president. He was elected again in 2005, but amended the constitution to let him serve a third term in 2011 and a fourth term in 2016. So this was a big issue for the people of Djibouti. There was a lot of protesting, as you'll see in my picture slide. But yeah, that's the historical background of Djibouti. So human rights issues. There are a bunch of restricted freedoms in Djibouti. Publicly, the government has stated that there are no restrictions, that it's as free as it can be. But in reality, even small pieces of writing criticizing the president can land you in jail. And like news agencies who have tried to release information that's critical of the president or the government period, they've been shut down. So there are issues with freedom of speech. Torture. So there are widespread reports, according to the U.S. Department of State, of multiple counts of torture used against prisoners and journalists. In 2011, they were detained and tortured, and then they were released. And also the prisoners are tortured. And then this is kind of going off of the torture section. Prison conditions. There's a lot of abuse from the police. And the main prison in Djibouti has a max occupancy of 350 prisoners, but sometimes holds up to 600, which is almost twice as many prisoners as it's meant to hold. So it makes it cramped, uncomfortable, and it's just not a good place to be. Also, in the jail systems, prisoners aren't fed regularly, so they don't know when their next meal is going to be. And prisoners with mental health issues don't get the care that they need. So these pictures are protests against Guella, as you can see right here. As you know, as I said earlier, he amended the constitution to let him serve for more time. But the people were not happy about that. And as you can see in this picture in the top right, there are women wearing blue shirts, which is mocking the president who's wearing a blue shirt in this picture. They did not like that, but I believe he's going to stay in power, so it's not great. So current news. There isn't much news with Djibouti. The most news that I saw that came out of the country was actually not in the country. It was about an immigrant, like a migrant ship sinking off of the coast. It was, I think, 130 something migrants died off the coast of Djibouti. And then, as you can see here in 2016, there are just some political issues with the country. So yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed. I gave Djibouti a C minus. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks. Bye.